I am here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Stock Markets with Bruce. I'm your buddy, Uncle Bruce, and a little behind today, but got a lot going on that I'm following, and I welcome you to the program, and I'm glad that you're here today. Um, we are looking at a negative opening to start the day. I don't know how long it'll last or whether it'll gain any momentum. The Dow is off 109 right now. It's been lower than that. Nothing incredible. I mean, we're off a third of a percentage point for the Dow. It's not a big deal. If we were down 3% starting the morning, that would make some news, but we're not like that at all. 109-point drop instead of a 1,000-point drop. So we'll see how severe this is, if it's bad at all. Down 23 points on S&P, half a percentage point. NASDAQ down 100 points, 0.77 of a percent. Oil today, very interesting, down $1.70 a barrel at 79.17 now, approaching $79 a barrel. So that's definitely through the 81, 82 level all the way down to here and still falling in Texas. On some of our favorite stocks that we watch, ones we watch the most, we have GameStop down 22 cents in the pre-market, sitting at 21.39, lost 67 cents yesterday to close at 21.61, and now another 22 cents this morning at 21.39. So those of you out there with 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, and $20 contracts, you have definitely seen significant price movements on your contracts, which is what you're looking for, depreciation, and a bit of a dip here. Those of you who are sitting on 19s, 18s, 17s, 16s, and 15s, the stock is starting to approach your area code. And now the question is, when and if you do a rollover, is one in the offing, and is it practical to do so, and so on. Some of you who have calls that are expiring in May and June may want to take advantage of the idea of buying back calls that have come down in value now in the last couple of days. You may be selling calls that are longer out in time and maybe moving up a couple of dollars in strike with this double move, which would be a smart thing to do, especially if you can make the move where you buy a call back at, say, this level, whatever the price is, and the one you're writing is the same amount of money but a higher strike price. That's a win. Giving up time to get it is still a win. Or if you can actually, depending on which call we're talking about here, if you're going to buy back an $18 call, a 19, a 20, a 21, and you can write a 20, 21, 22, 23, again, higher strike price further out in time and get more money than what you're paying to get your call back, now it's a double win in your pocket. Something to consider. Otherwise, sit tight. Let's see what this market brings us today and see if the shares back off further, which they certainly can. I mean, there's no law saying they can't go lower. If Tesla breaks 21 today and gets into the 20 range, you may find that some of those contracts you saw sitting at $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9 each are down by a third or a half their value in the last few days. Depending on which one you're talking about. Great, let's kind of go from there. The other thing is the market, is the stock market as a whole and investors as a group, are they getting frustrated with the market? Are they going to be frustrated today and tomorrow with the stock market? Are they going to start throwing in the towel and just say to themselves, I'm upset here. I'm going to sell my ETF for now, whatever I'm going to do. These bank earnings have come out now. Morgan Stanley came out this morning and their stock is down. They made more money than they were projected to, but it's all on lowered expectations, and not all divisions of the investment bank are performing very well. This is upsetting investors. Now, I'm not talking about mom and pop in Peoria. I'm talking about the big boys. I'm talking about the pension fund managers, the ETF managers, the portfolio managers of mutual funds. These folks who are supposed to return solid returns to their investors year in and year out with dividend income and capital gain growth and on it goes. If these folks are not happy with the trajectory of these investment bankers through all of their divisions, they're going to start to pick stocks that they're going to dump and pick stocks that they'll pick up. Is it a stampede for the exits? No, obviously not. We're not seeing that here today. Is it a continual drip of pessimism? That is the worst thing the market can have. It's this overhanging, I don't believe good news is good news scenario. That we don't want. And I mentioned it earlier this week, an earnings recession. Are we going to enter an earnings recession where the earnings beat expectations, but they were 20% less than last year? They beat expectations, they're down 15% from last year. Are we going to keep getting this kind of news from all the Dow 30s and the top S&P 500s and most of the NASDAQ 100? I heard this morning that Facebook, which is Meta, more layoffs announced. Disney, layoffs announced in marketing. 7,000 more job cuts from Disney. Now, the Disney story, as you are well aware out there, especially those of you in the United States, you're aware of the war going on between Disney and the governor of Florida, DeSantis. DeSantis is trying to wield his authority to be the big, strong governor on behalf of the wonderful people of Florida. And Disney is saying to this guy, stick to your knitting, do your job in your office if you are ever there, and we'll run Disney World. Thank you very much. You run the government of Florida. But DeSantis doesn't want to run the government of Florida. He wants to become president of the United States. And so he's trying to set an image and a projection of authority and decision-making power and blah, blah, blah. There's a civil war going on in Florida between the governor and his followers and the Disney World Company and corporate America. The rest of corporate America in Florida is shutting the hell up. They're not saying a damn thing, and they're just trying to stay out of this thing, but they're caught up in this vortex of a power struggle. Disney is saying, we have 230,000 employees as a corporation, of which a zillion are employed in Florida. And I'm kind of wondering if the layoffs are Florida-based majority, where Disney's going, oh yeah, you want to mess with us? Well, watch this. We're going to do layoffs. Floridians, we're going to put a whole bunch of people out of work out here. We could move people out of Florida back to Los Angeles. We could always do that. We could go elsewhere. I mean, Disney can go anywhere it wants. Disney might replace people from the offices of Disney World and work them remotely out of other states, Colorado, Texas, whatever. Don't mess with the mouse is what I say. But in any event, that is going on. And more corporate layoffs are being talked about and being announced on the business wires. And so this is continuing. This earnings recession is a nasty one, and it doesn't stop in one heartbeat, and it's not an 8-second attention span fix. There is no 8-second attention span fix to this. This is something that can last years, inconveniently through a presidential election, very inconveniently. And so we'll see how this all plays out. Anyway, there's a lot of people with a lot of agendas, and then there are investors who vote with their pocketbook as to what they're going to do next. And so there's that. Okay. There it is. We're down 33 on GameStop at 21.28. Let me take a look at some of the shares that we're following here actively. Rocket Lab is down 4.8%. SoFi is at 5.89, down a dime. GameStop is down 33 cents. And Matterport is off a penny. 23andMe is up one penny, maybe 1.8 cents. Spire this morning is up a dime at 83 cents. Something is going on at Spire. There's only 6,000 traded. I don't know what it is. I have not yet seen anything. Am I seeing anything? No. I know that their Spire has announced their earnings release May the 10th. That's when their financials come out. Matterport May the 9th and SoFi May the 1st. So we know there are earnings coming up, but on Spire, I have no news. I just see the stock being bid up here a little bit earlier this morning. I'm not 100% sure what is going on. And it's light volume, and like I said, I can't tell you what's what. It's now sitting again at 72 cents. It was at 80 odd cents a moment ago. ATIP down 1.3 pennies last night in the after hours last evening, trading at 25.5 cents. I have some news on that in a moment. Smart Rent is down 2 cents. Sextera is up a penny at 30 cents. Apple is down $1.20. Goldman down 3.92, was down 5.77 yesterday, so we're now down $9 a share on Goldman in 24 hours. Cisco down 93 cents. Tesla's down 5.69 to 178.62. The company announced price cuts last night on all of their models, including Model 3 and Model Y, their top sellers. Apparently, I believe I read somewhere that the tax credit for the Model 3 is being cut back from $7,500 to $3,750 because where Tesla sources its batteries from is not American enough or something like that. And there's massive confusion by consumers as to what car qualifies for what bloody tax credit. And it is a mishmash of regulations. So what Tesla is doing is they'll cut the price of the car equal to the tax cut that consumers are getting hit with to keep the price of the car at the same price for the actual buyer of the car when it's all said and done. It's confusing as hell. Tesla tonight releases their financials for their latest quarter, and analysts across the board are going, if you keep reducing the price of your car, and in some cases Tesla has dropped some of their prices by $19,000 a car now since the beginning of the year. 16 grand here, 10 grand there. You multiply these kinds of cuts times, a couple of million cars of production. You're not going to make anywhere near the kind of money we thought you were going to make, is what analysts are going to be saying here. And so tonight's numbers will come out. This will reflect the first wave of price cuts. And now the speculation is, they keep doing these cuts, which they've been doing, these full price cuts will really be noticed in the next quarter, which we're in right now. So Tesla is under pressure. And those of you who've written calls in the 210, 220 range, 200 range, 190 range, 180 range, 165 range, 150, you are looking a lot better on those depreciating calls. So there you go. Interesting. ARC Innovation down 55 cents. Microsoft down 232 at 286 a share. Bed Bath Beyond, something's going on over there. It's up 11 cents this morning to 45 cents a share. Something's up. They must have some sort of success, something. Did they raise enough money? What? I don't know. I don't have an announcement anywhere to tell me just what is going on. It's traded 45. I don't know how many shares have traded now. I can't believe this number. I'm not going to quote it. I don't know how many shares have actually traded so far in the aftermarket or pre-market, but it is up a dime at 45 cents a share. So that's what I got there. Not that I'm telling you to get in it. I'm just letting you know this is what's going on. Pfizer up 2 cents now. It's turned around a bit. HBQ down 73. Was up 28 yesterday. It's back to 30.49. Carvana down 24 cents. Google is down 70 cents. It was down 130 yesterday. Amazon is off 60. It was down 44 yesterday. And Nvidia is down 325 to 273. It was up 660 yesterday. And Unity was down 58 cents yesterday. It's down another 45 cents now to 28.97. So the Unity shares are doing what they seem to always be doing, and that is volatile. And that means option premiums are pretty high on this thing. And a number of you have started to trade options on Unity. So there you go. That is the latest as I see it at the moment. What else? Okay, now back to quickly. I'll try as quick as I can. ATIP. The shares are 25.5 cents a share last night in the after hours. ATIP has made an announcement through their SEC filings. They made a filing and they've done a notice to all shareholders, probably electronic notices. Many of you who are shareholders, any of you who are shareholders of ATIP, have probably been sent, I would think, through your online brokerage platforms, an announcement by the company that they have called a special shareholders meeting, which will be done virtually through the internet. I don't have the date handy, but there's a shareholder meeting coming up for ATIP to basically seek shareholder approval for a reorganization of the company. One of the items up for discussion is the rollback, the reverse split, basically, of the company's shares. The shareholder meeting is June the 13th, by the way, 10 o'clock in the morning Central Time, June the 13th. So that's not quite 2 months from now. This is going to be it's their annual meeting of shareholders, pardon me. It's their annual meeting being held virtually, and they're going to be voting on a number of matters, either auditors and their board of directors and yada yada. But the number one item is to approve an amendment to the company's third amended and restated certificate of incorporation to implement a reverse stock split in the ratio of between 1:20 and 1:50, August 31st, 2023. So at the end of August, they want to complete a reverse stock split of the company. That is what they want to do. They want the approval in June, and they have until the end of August to do it between 1:20 and 1:50. What does it mean? If you own, for every 20 shares you own now, you might own 1 share down the road. Or you might have 50 now, you have 1 share going forward. So if you have 1,000 shares today, you will have between 20 and 50 shares of the company. That's the actual number. 2,000 shares today could have you at 100 shares for the highest amount and 40 shares for the lowest amount. To guarantee yourselves 100 shares of the company after the split, no matter what the split is, you would need to have 5,000 shares right now. If you have 5,000 shares today and they did a 50-to-1 rollback, you would have 100 shares in the future. Now, that means, of course, if the shares are at a quarter, which is where they are now, 25 cents each, and they did this rollback, your shares will trade between $5 a share and $12.50 a share based on wherever the rollback is announced at, whatever that reverse split is. And no matter what that number is, whether it's 5, 7, 9, 12.50, if you have at least 100 shares after the split is enacted, you could write options on the stock. You can write 1 contract at a time. Whether you want to stick around for this or not is totally up to you. What will the shares do between now and split day, shareholder day? The vote is in, like I said, not quite 2 months from now is when they have the vote. So the shares are just going to trade like they are, most likely. The New York Stock Exchange will most likely not do anything to upset the apple cart. They'll probably allow the shares to keep trading as they are, pending the shareholder vote. And I expect the vote to be approved, the measure to be approved, because the number one shareholder is a hedge fund with 57% of all the stock. So the number one hedge fund is saying, we're going to vote for the rollback. They're going to do this. This will happen. I don't know at what ratio. Why would they be doing this? Number one reason they're claiming is to maintain a listing on the New York Stock Exchange. You have to trade at $1 share or higher to maintain your listing. That's the first reason. My personal belief is you would not go through all this effort with the annual meeting, the cost of all the legals, the cost of all the monies involved in re-registering all the shares, going through all the listing procedures, all this SEC reporting crap. This is endless expense. They're going through all of it to do the reverse split for one simple reason. They're going to put more money in the company. At the end of the day, that's the point. The company has 920 locations or something like that, 910, 900, up to 950 at one point. They have a ton of locations where they provide their services, physical therapy services. They're up to here in appointments. They're on a hiring binge to hire therapists to handle the load. So it's an expanding business. They're going to fund it, and they're going to continue it forward. I believe that the number one shareholder has, when it's all said and done, they have a couple of 100 million reasons why they want the company to continue on as a going concern. They have a couple of 100 million reasons why they want their stock trading on the New York Stock Exchange. They have a couple of 100 million reasons why they're going to fund the company with millions of more dollars to grow the company out, to expand it, and likely, probably, in the long run, merge it with somebody else, acquire somebody else, or acquire multiple other companies. This is just me, the old man, been around a long time, who've seen these things happen again and again and again. This is my experience on it. Now, normally, most of the time, when you have a reverse stock split, the reason you have a reverse stock split is typically, this is a common story, okay? You got a bunch of guys who have a gold property in Nevada, and they think they have gold in their hills. They raise a bunch of dough from investors and friends and relatives and whatever, and they convince a brokerage firm or whatever, and they raise $5 million. This would be like in the 1980s. And they go out there and they stake the land and they test the land and they drill for gold, and they find that there are reserves, 3,000 feet under the ground. And they're now looking for a mining certificate from the state of Nevada and the government of the United States. And they go out and raise dough. And after 5 years and millions of dollars, they realize they need another $50 million to get the first ounce of gold out of the ground. And they do another hard look at it, and they go, yeah, we have gold down there. We really do. There's no denying that there's gold there. The problem is the price of gold is just not high enough. The cost of getting it out is too much. We're in the middle of nowhere. There's no electricity here. There's no water here. There are no people here. And for us to bring an ounce of gold out of the ground will cost us more than what we can get for it because of where we are. And so that company, which went public and raised all kinds of dough, was trading at $3, $4, $5 a share, is a failure. The company is a failure. And so the shares are trading at a dime a share, a nickel a share, nothing going on. And now another group of guys comes along, and these guys, they have a private company, and they want to create, a real estate company renting condos to people. I don't know. They want to develop condos somewhere, and they're looking to go public. And they find that here's this company that's a public company, but the stock's like a nickel, and it used to be an active little gold thing, but now it's dead in the water. They've run out of money. They got all kinds of debts. They make an offer to these guys. The old gold company goes belly up, goes broke. Assets are sold off or whatever you can get for it, and the shell corporation is now left with nothing in it. Debts are all wiped out with the receiver and what have you. And now the receiver sells control of this entity to this new group. But the new group doesn't want to take over this company with all these shareholders in it. So what they offer is a 100 for one reverse split. So for every 100 shares you have one share. And so they do a reverse split takeover offer of the company, and all they're doing is a name change, and everyone now gets share certificates of XYZ Real Estate Development Company, and that company is going to issue 20 million shares at $1 a share to their investors to raise 20 million bucks, and they got a public company and they put their real estate assets in there and go and develop real estate. The gold investors have 0.001% of all the stock of this company, and they've lost 99% of their value. That's usually what a reverse split means, that everyone, including the founders, are wiped out. Not in this case. In the case of ATIP, it's actually 57% of the stock is held by the number one group, which is a hedge fund, a huge hedge fund out of Boston. And my hunch is they're going to go to a 20 to 1, 25 to 1 reverse split. I don't think they're going to go to 50 to 1. I could be wrong. I doubt it. They're going to likely do a 20, 25 to 1 reverse split. And they're going to fund up the company with more money. And the 57% shareholder is going to become a 90% shareholder, because they're going to put more cash into the treasury after the reverse split is done. And they're going to own upwards of 90% of all the stock outstanding, but there are only right now going to be likely maybe 10 million shares out there, 11 million shares, of which these guys own now 5.7 million of them. There's only going to be 3-4 million out there for everybody else. After it's all done, then they'll raise cash, issue another 5 million shares, and there'll be 15 million out, and these guys will own 11 million of the 15 million, or 13 million of the whatever million. They'll likely raise enough capital and issue enough stock that they'll be up into the 80-90% range. And the public, all the other shareholders combined, will own a tenth of the company, and it'll trade at $5 to $10 a share. Is possible. That means it's 25 to 50 cents a share, 25 to 30 cents a share after it's all said and done. Because when you multiply it out, you're not going to get rich on ATIP on a post-split basis. The only upside for shareholders is the possibility to raise cash by writing options. If you have at least 100 shares, you can write a stock option against it at $5 a share, $6 a share, $7 a share, that kind of thing. So I don't see a guarantee win where the stock's going to go double in price right away. But what I also see, and again, I want to throw you every angle here, because this is unusual to have a stock split where the company isn't being taken over by somebody else because it's a failed business. The other thing to remember is that if only 10 million shares are in existence, and the top shareholders own about 6 million of them, that leaves 4 million shares in the street. A buyer coming in to try to buy a couple 100,000 shares of this thing will pick up a chunk of stock, and that would move the market quite dramatically. It's like somebody coming in today to try to buy 3 million shares. You know, someone came in today to try to buy 3-4 million shares of ATIP, they'd move the market. 100,000 shares of buying from one group or a number of investors that like what they hear or like what they see, or they're interested in the fact that this company is going to put 10 million more into the company, or 20 million more into the company, or 50 million more into the company, or they're proposing a merger with a larger health provider. They're proposing this. I don't know. With that, there could be interest in the stock because it wouldn't take much buying to run the market, and all of a sudden it's like a short squeeze. There's so few shares out there that people can sell to stop it from moving, because there's only 10 million in existence, and upwards of 6 million are held by the key people who run the thing. There's only 4 million, and those 4 million are held by thousands of investors, small amounts each. Nobody has the ability to stop the stock from going up in price if someone comes in and tries to get in there. Now, the other thing is that I'm asking is, what is the situation right now? Is there 2 million shares shorted? Are there 10 million shares shorted? Are there 30 million shares shorted right now on ATIP? What about that? What now? What if there's that many shares already shorted on the stock, and they're announcing a vote from the shareholders to do a reverse split? These shorters have got to cover their shorts. They're going to have to buy up the stock. Now, officially, I only see 5.3 million shares shorted as of the 31st of March. That's all I see on my Market Watch quote thing here. But what about synthetically? Have there been a lot of shorters shorting this stuff a year ago and are still sitting here? Are they now going to be under pressure to cover their positions? Could there be 5 to 10 million shares of buying interest come into ATIP in the next few days, weeks, to cover up these short positions to be flat? Because they're not going to want to try to buy up whatever they're short on the post-split basis. Because if you folks out there, if some of you folks out there end up with 90 shares of stock and you want to get 10 more so you can write a call option against it, you're going to want to buy 10 shares. But if there are 50,000 or 5,000 people that want to buy 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 shares each to round up to the next 100, there could well be 500,000 shares required of stock that people want to gobble up the stock, to level it out. Well, that could move the market up. And these short sellers who are short, if they're short 5 million, they're going to need 250,000 shares to level off their short sale. If the stock starts going up on them, they're losing money. And the stock can go up $1 like that after a 20-for-1 rollback. So today, to have it move up a penny or 2 or 3 or 4 requires some volume, but to have it move $1 after a 20-to-1 rollback wouldn't take much buying. So there's all these this back and forth stuff, but it isn't settled until June when the vote is held. Then it is going to be announced by the board of directors shortly thereafter, and then they'll enact it for, looks like, the end of August, from what I'm gathering. So that's the latest on ATIP, and I think I was able to explain that in 15 minutes. And I'm giving you a fraction of what's out there. You want to read this filing? You want to read this filing about the whole thing? It'll take you an hour, and it's available probably through ATIP's own website. They'll allow you to, you can download it through them if you want, because it is a public announcement. A lot of legal gobbledygook in there, but I'm just trying to give you an overall, well, what will happen? What could happen? Why would this be this? Why would that be that? I'm not a fan of reverse splits. I'm not a fan at all. But I understand where they're at. They have to do something. And for whatever reason, whatever the reason is, key shareholders of the company have decided they would rather do a reverse split of the stock than buy the shares in the open market now, buy additional stock, and take out the 30-cent sellers, the 50-cent sellers, the 70-cent, and have it go to 110, 120. They don't want to babysit the stock to $1. They would rather reorganize the share count of the corporation as a whole and then refund it that way. And to me, that tells me they don't want to use millions of dollars of their money to just shore up the value of the stock. They'd rather use millions of dollars of their money and put it into the business. And that's where they want their money working for their long-term return. So that's a good thing to me. That is positive. They actually want to put money in the business, not into a stock play. Because again, it could be partially right now a war between long and short players of this stock. That could be part of what's going on here. The same can be said for Sextera, CYXT, trading up 30-odd cents a share. There could well be a short war versus a long war going over there. But that company is in another whole different scenario. They've been trying to reorganize themselves for the last year and a half. They've been trying to become a REIT, a real estate REIT company for the last year. And they are into their, up to here in legals and filings and reorganization talks. I don't know what. And in the meantime, the stock has come all the way down here to the 30-cent mark. And this is a $700 million a year cash flow company in the middle of a ton of legals. And I have a suspicion they can't talk about it. I think they're under a restriction. They might be under SEC restrictions where they're not allowed to speak publicly until they have finalized their corporate game plan. Again, I'm guessing that's what it is. I can't find the answer from anywhere. Neither will you. We won't know. The only people who know are the lawyers, the board of directors, sworn, the insiders sworn to secrecy. Those are the only people who know. And the rest of us are clueless. And the stock is going, I don't know. We're trading at 30 cents. We don't know what's going on. And that's not good. That's not a good thing. But that is the reality of Cyxtera. And so welcome to my world of trying to explain to you in plain English what's going on when I don't know for sure what's actually going on, because I'm not privy to these discussions. I'm not an insider of these organizations. I'm an observer from the outside trying to follow it. That's where I'm at. All right. We've got 21 minutes to go before we open for trading. The story of the day is actually not about ATIP or Cyxtera. It's actually about Tesla. It's about GameStop at 21.33, down 28 cents in the pre-market. It is about banks having come up with earnings. It is about Netflix coming out with earnings last night. It is about where this market is going and where the economy is going, where interest rates are going, where inflation is going. That's the big story we have to worry about, because that's actually what really is going to dictate the market's future more than these individual stock stories. But there you have it. That's where we're at. We're down 114 on NASDAQ, 27 S&P. We're down 126 on the Dow going into the final 20 minutes of the pre-market. And crude is down 130 a barrel at 79.50, 7.58, something like that, a barrel in Texas. That much I can tell you. There is the story. Let's see. What else is up here? Thank you all for joining in, by the way. It's great to have you here. I haven't had time to say hi to anybody. I've been a little busy here. We are watching a lot of stuff going on at the same time. Thank you for thumbs ups already, everybody. It is very appreciated. As you know, we have 81 thumbs ups already. Appreciate that. What else is up here? Remind me as I'm looking at a lot of stuff at the same time here. Geez, we got stuff going on. Excuse me. HBQ down 73 now, 30.49. And Microsoft down 237. Tesla 178.97 down 534. I'm fighting. I'm personally fighting a lot of pollen in the air right now. We have this warm weather breaking out, and the roses and all kinds of other flowers are just blooming all over the place here. And it's a bloom fest all over Southern California, as the mountains and the hillsides are just alive with color because of all the rain we've received this year. Well, that is causing issues for people. My eyes are itchy, and on it goes. Such tough times. Goldman Sachs down 346, was down 577 yesterday, so the backing off continues. Apple down 116, was up 124 yesterday. What else is going on here? Matterport up 1.8 cents, nothing much there. SoFi at 5.92, down 7 cents. GameStop now 21.29, down 32 cents in the pre-market at the moment. We had Morgan Stanley come out this morning. They came out, the big banker, investment banker. Their shares dropped in value after they released their numbers. The company managed to make more money than was estimated they would make. And the shares for a while went up to $90, $91 a share, but then gave it all up and is now down 361, down 4%, because certain divisions of Morgan Stanley are not performing. They are. I think analysts are beginning to detect. They're dissecting the numbers, and as they dissect the patient, they say, "Oh, healthy arms, healthy shoulders, cancer in the liver. Problems here, but looking good over there." There's issues at Morgan Stanley. There's profitability as a whole, but there are concerns that the profitability won't be as good as going forward, because internally there are issues in certain divisions that aren't delivering the results. They're showing losses in certain departments, gains in others, and they're worried that the gains in others won't sustain and the losses will grow in other divisions, and overall down we go. And so you sell first, ask questions later. And so there's people dumping the stock in anticipation that maybe analysts will downgrade the stock to a neutral. You never say sell. So, you downgrade it to a hold, this kind of thing. So there's all this kind of stuff going on. We're up to our necks in speculation as to what's happening. Earnings recession is a very big possibility, as I mentioned before, and others are talking about. Credit Savage, good morning, my fellow simpletons and degenerates, and of course, Uncle Bruce. Had a wonderful day yesterday. By the way, got together yesterday. Jen and I, after the close, we met JR. Got together with JR and had a bite to eat, and it was a pleasure. He made the drive out here to the intrepid drive to the desert, which was a really great. Enjoyed very much having him join me and join Jennifer. And we had a great chat, talking about our channel and everything else. There they are. Here I am. That's me and JR right there. JR, you're famous now. You're world famous. And it was tremendous. We had a really good session, and it was just a pleasure to meet him and compare notes. And JR is writing contracts just like you guys, and the more you put into it, the more you get out of it, is what JR said. It's as simple as that. You want to become self-employed, you want to become financially more secure, you want to become more in control of your destiny, learn to write stock options. JR is, and is very happy with how it's going, and we were just thrilled to see him. It was fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for your calls today. I'm happy you're here. Chris Cam is here. I'm 85% sure what call options are and how they work. Now I have to learn strategies and how to read the stock market. I'm determined to change my financial future. And oh, by the way, nice sunglasses. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chris. Welcome aboard. As I say, folks, lessons are available for you. There are 15 classes available on my website, of course, and you can head over there anytime you like and score those. We do have, as most of you are aware, it's a limited time offer. We do have a deal right now. If any of you are interested in picking up a bunch of classes, 15 are now available. You can get 5 for the price of 4. It's a limited offer. We do this once in a while. Make a donation of $599.99 US to our PayPal account, which is listed down below. Send me a private email at brucefarmer at hotmail.com right there. Tell me what 5 classes you would like. If you want to buy just 1 class, you can go to the website and buy 1 at a time over there. If you want to get the 5 for 4 deal, you need to send me a donation on PayPal. And then send me an email and give me a list of the 5 you want. And I will send you the links to all 5 classes that you need, and you're on your way. And the more you study this, the further ahead you're going to get in the option writing department, and change your life. No question about it. Definitely what you want to look into, if you can. Thank you all for joining us today. The other thing that's beginning to pick up steam now, but we're not at a critical stage, is this the fight between the White House and the Congress regarding the spending bill. The Congress has to pass what's called they call it a clean spending bill. All it is the House votes to allow the Treasury to pay IOUs of the U.S. government to its employees and suppliers and what have you. In effect, the Congress is approving expenditures that the Congress approved last year, allowing the overdraft to be raised to allow more spending to be done. And of course, whenever you have a change of Congress, especially from Democrat to Republican, you're going to get this Republicans putting on this facade of spending restraints that they run to get elected by being spending, frugal spenders. And as soon as they gain control of the House, the White House, and the Senate, they enact tax cuts like you cannot believe to undercut their own objective of running a balanced budget. And it just screws up the financials to no end. And then when the Democrats get control, they reinstate programs that were all cut by the Republicans. They try to put tax implications in for the very well-to-do who don't need tax cuts, who are billionaires before and after tax increases. And the Republicans then start screaming, we're spending too much money. And so those of us who've been around a long time are not unfamiliar with this. We're not impressed by it. We're not influenced by it. It's perfect to rile up the base of the 20-somethings and 30-somethings who just don't read history books. The 20-somethings out there and the 30-somethings out there who are passionate about their political leanings don't understand or don't want to understand that history has a nasty habit of repeating itself. And they have an 8-second attention span, which means they are paying attention to now, but they're not paying attention to what happened in their mother and father's generation or grandparents' generation, because as far as they're concerned, it doesn't matter. And it was identically the same when I was 21 years old. A lot of my friends out there didn't give a crap about what their parents thought or their grandparents thought. They felt, we're children of the 70s and we're running this world going forward. We're going to make it work. And here we are 50 some odd years later. And it's the same show with poop everywhere, the same poop show all over again. And it never will ever stop. All right. Get that through your head. It will never get better. All right. Because there's the next goofball politician that wants to get elected is just a few years away, graduating university now and becoming a lawyer, and then they're going to want to become an activist, and then will want to become a politician. They're under construction as we speak. There are morons out there who are ready to be your representative in Congress or in Canada, in Parliament, in Britain, in Parliament. There are goofball reps just around the corner ready to introduce themselves to you with a whole bunch of corporate spending behind them because they are shills for their constituents and their main followers to deliver the goods. And what are the goods? Tax cuts and lower regulations to keep government out of our lives. And that will never, ever, ever go away. And the sooner you adapt to it, the more you'll go, oh, yeah, okay, it's just the same thing over again. Okay, I can move on with my life now. And there you go. Too much fun. Triple G, are they going to do this reverse to do a new stock issuance? I think something's coming up. Yeah. It'll likely be in the fall. They'll do the stock split by the end of the summer. And then in the fall, do not be surprised. Do not be shocked that a whole bunch of dough is coming into the treasury of ATIP as the company is reorganized to take it forward down the road with more locations, new partners, new who knows what. Do not be surprised. All right. Can we have a mortgage cut? Nope. Apparently, mortgage rates have started going up in the last week, and mortgage originations have fallen off the table in the last 2 weeks. There is a real problem going on with mortgages right now, and the real estate sales have virtually come to a halt. Double D, Uncle Bruce, there's a possibility of a run to $1 on ATIP while shorters cover. Theoretically, anything is possible. Anything. It's possible that a hedge fund out of left field takes a look at this whole thing and goes, this ATIP stock is shorted by 10, 15, 20 million shares. So much of it is undeclared. I bet you we could pick up 5 million shares at 25 to 50 cents a share. We could pick up 20 million shares and buy up 10% of the stock and run these shorters right out of the ground and run this thing to $2 a share. And they won't have to do a reverse split. They won't even have to do one. That'd be pretty cool. But I haven't seen it happen. I've been waiting for it. I've been wondering about it. I've been sitting here going, when will this come together? Why does not anyone powerful group take a run at this thing? And it maybe is the reason, maybe, is they know who the biggest shareholder is. The 57% shareholder, the big hedge fund out of Boston, they don't want to mess with those guys. Again, I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know. The speculation continues, and Double D is speculating, and Triple G is speculating, and everyone's speculating, but I don't know what's going on. DQ number 99, thumbs ups. I'm lurking. Have a great day, everybody. Deuce Caboose. Had faith ATIP would blow by $1. This reverse split incoming, not great. We'll find out. We'll find out what happens. I'll be watching it. We'll see what they say. What's going on? I don't know. We'll see what happens. What else is going on? Headline just coming across it. So far, this year, 2023, 171,000 people have been laid off in the high-tech sector. Of course, those of you who follow me here, you know that there's 10 million job openings available for Americans, down from 11 million job openings. So, these 171,000 people, they have found, if they needed work, they found work somewhere else. Most likely. I doubt even 5% haven't found jobs. I would be doubtful that even 5% haven't been able to find another job. All right, Deuce Caboose, I am number 100 on your thumbs up meter. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Keep those thumbs ups coming in if you can, folks. We love it. It helps us dramatically. Very much appreciated. Thank you again for all of you who are here giving us thumbs ups. Those of you here who are becoming subscribers of this channel, thank you for becoming subscribers of this channel. That is itself a wonderful thing. Thank you yesterday to the 212 thumbs uppers. Appreciate that. We broke the 200 thumbs up barrier with the rerunners last night. Thank you all so much for these thumbs ups. Thank you again to those of you out there who are, without any fanfare, you just automatically, you get a little message from YouTube mentioning to you that your membership in Bruce's channel is coming up for renewal, and you're asked whether you'd like to renew for another month. You automatically just click and say, yep, I'd like to renew for another month. Thank you for those of you renewing your membership time and time again on this channel. Those of you who are Chilling with Uncle Bruce members, or those of you who are Gold Bagel members, Jennifer and I cannot thank you enough for that. It is very, very much appreciated. Again, if you're becoming a member for the very first time, thank you for joining in with this wonderful group of people. We're going member-only mode right now. If you're a member of this channel, you can continue to make commentary here, and we talk. You can ask questions during market hours of what's going on here. Thank you all so much for your loyalty to this channel. It means so much to us. 106 thumbs ups now. Here we go. We're well into the second half of what we need. We're gunning for 200 thumbs ups every show. We're at 107 now. Here they come. Thank you all for helping out to take us to this next level. It is just a wonderful thing. All right. Welcome to the party, pal. Great to have you here. We open in 3 minutes. Larry Titus is going to hit the bells, and we'll see just where this market is going to be taken, and where are we going with it, and what's going to happen. Never a dull moment in this business. There's no 2 days are ever the same. You never ever know. Morgan Stanley down $3 a share. 317 now is on Morgan Stanley. Tesla's down 520 at 179.11. And I've got the pre-market data now with the Dow off 82, S&P down 22, and NASDAQ down 105. Oil is still at $79.52, down $1.34 right now. On crude, that's what we're showing at the moment in this market. Thank you, everybody. Lame Duck number 105. Thank you, Mr. Premium of the Option 107, Mirko 109. Thank you guys for these thumbs ups. Keep them coming in, and thanks for helping us move up that thumbs up ladder. Thank you. Oh, I need my coffee more than normal today. Oh my gosh, my throat is I'm phlegmy today. Not very clear. Anyway, thank you all. Message. All right. Today, Wednesday, is Primetime Wednesday. So if you're a Gold Bagel member and one of these guys here, I go live every Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, except today. I have to go on early today. I will be on today at 6 o'clock Eastern Time. 2 hours earlier, I will be live. Jennifer Jr. is flying in. So Jen and I will be at the airport when it is 8 o'clock Eastern. So 6 o'clock Eastern Time today only for the Primetime with Uncle Bruce Primetime show for Gold Bagel members. Those of you who are Gold Bagel members, make sure you take note of that. If you're not a Gold Bagel member, what are you thinking? Become a Gold Bagel member immediately and join us tonight at 6 o'clock. It's a hangout show with yours truly. You can ask me whatever you want about what happened today. And we'll follow this market together. I mean, what are you doing? Come on. You want to make money or don't you? Jeez. There's your friendly little announcement and your reminder. Okay, thank you, everybody. Bagel Babe says, I don't remember what my number was, but I hit that thumbs up button. And I thank you. And I thank you. And I thank you. Alberto, let's go. 6 p.m. is a great time. I'll post this on Discord. Larry Titus, the bells are ringing. Thank you, Larry, for that. 205 of you are here to witness Larry ringing the bells. Thanks, Larry Titus, for that service. As always, we very much appreciate it. Let's see how this market wants to react today. Is this market going to make our viewers richer or not? I think that it will. The market just has a way of making our viewers richer because option writers usually win all the time. Nice. I'm showing the Dow, I think, off about 107 points. I'm just going to keep an eye here on a couple of devices at the same time. AI, I think, is off 41 cents. Yep, and Unity is down 37 cents so far. We've got Sextera at 30 cents, up 7/10. GameStop down 38 to 21.23. We've got SoFi at 589, down 9. Tesla down 605 now to 178.26 to start the morning here in the first minute. ATIP 26.8, down 1.1 is the last trade, but that's from last night, so I don't have an opening yet. Apple down 67 cents. HBQ down 97. First Republic Bank is actually up 32. Google down 114. Moderna down 78. Cisco down 131. Early indications so far. We'll see how this market how it really trades here as it settles out. Right now, I think we're down 29 on the Dow. We're not down 100 anymore. And we'll keep an eye on this market. We'll try to refresh our quotes as much as we can. All right, everybody, welcome to the party, pal. All of you from around the world who are here, thank you for joining in. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up button. Thank you for becoming members of the channel. And thank you for subscribing. Okay, nice to have you here. Options Nomads Primetime, best show of the week. There you go. Thank you, Larry. Says, Bama Babe. Nick, Primetime show will almost definitely have a segment on Tesla earnings tonight. Oh, I suspect so. DQ, thank you, Larry Titus. Thank you. All righty, we're up and we're open and we're trading and we're going to see how this market plays today. 41-point drop at the moment for the Dow. Nothing serious. It's not a terrible, nasty drop off. Nothing like that at all. It's really quiet. A lot of traders and investors are just asking the big question: is this market going to go higher now, lower now, or are we flattening out for a while? What about earnings? Are they going to become under pressure? Is this recession that's coming a bad one? Is it just a light little thing? Is it a regional recession that's, bad for this area, but good, not so bad for that area? What do we got here? And that's reflective of the way this market has been behaving lately. On the oil front, it's yelling at me. There is no boom in the economy coming. We're at 79.50 a barrel. We can't hold 80. There is no massive surge of economic activity happening globally to create oil shortages. Nothing like that at all. I personally believe there's oil everywhere, and it's overpriced by $20 a barrel. Anyway, that's just me. SoFi is allergic to the $6 level, like Deuce is allergic to making money, says Deuce Caboose. Slayer, GameStop was looking after the $20 level. That's where it's going to go. Deuce, I will say we're going lower to guarantee a market rip upwards. There you go. I'm going to say the market's going lower, and that way the market will just go higher. And we will all thank Deuce Caboose for that wonderful prediction in where this market is going. 21.10 on GameStop. We're down 51 cents now. This is the low of the day, it looks like. 21.10. 21.03 has actually been touched already. And so we're getting some pressure on GameStop, selling pressure. Volume 192,000, nothing great, which means not a lot of support out there. 21.08 with a 21.03 low trade on the session. SoFi 592 down just 6 cents. Tesla down 471, 179.60 is where it's at right now. The Dow is now down 85 points. So it is lower, and we have S&P down 17, NASDAQ down 64. That's it so far. Morgan Stanley, IBM earnings come out after the bell. Morgan Stanley has come out already, and Morgan Stanley is lower. There you go. Oh boy, Slayer is smiling and laughing and crying and doing everything all other investors do. Exactly. 86-point drop on the Dow. We're down 41 on AI. We're down 26 cents on Unity. GameStop is 21.09, down 52. SoFi off a nickel. Tesla down 4.91. ATIP is actually up 0.2 of a penny at 27 cents. Apple down 64 cents. HPQ down 84. First Republic Bank up 31. Google down 53. Moderna down 77. Cisco down 141. Pfizer down 12 cents. IBM is down $2.40 today. $2.40 to 125.38. Microsoft down 160. 23andMe is off 3 cents. Matterport down half a penny. Rocket Lab is $3.99, down 9 cents. Smart Rent unchanged. Spire down 0.8 of a penny at 71.5. The low of 71, the high of 72, 12,600. There was some movement in the pre-market, but I have no idea what's going on with Spire. Spire needs to get over $1, and that will preserve it on the exchanges. It needs to pop again. Is that going to happen? I do not know. It's on the New York Stock Exchange. It needs to break $1. 71 cents is where it's at right now. Bed Bath Beyond down is up 7 cents to 41.6. Bed Bath Beyond is at 41 cents a share. Traded this morning already 100 million shares. There is a huge amount of trading going on Bed Bath and Beyond. Low of 40, high of 46, trading at 41.7 on 100 million. Headline that I'm seeing here, a couple hours old. Bed Bath Beyond shares. Bed Bath Beyond soars as traders bet on bankruptcy versus survival. That is the story on Bed Bath and Beyond. 41.7 cents a share, 101 million traded now on that stock. There's a huge amount of money going through that. Interesting. Amazon up 56 cents. Home Depot down $2.60. Netflix down $12.80 to $320.90. Netflix getting hit today. Vanik down $3.08 a share. Adobe up $3.91. Goldman down $161. Boeing down $41. Meta, that's Facebook, down $2.59. Royal Caribbean down 32 cents. Carvana down 38. Robinhood down 12. BlackBerry down 2.5. Norwegian down 16. Carnival down 12 cents. Target down 186. JP Morgan down 52. Costco down 99. Walmart up 62. Disney 98.90 down 203, Nvidia down 117, and American Airlines down 2 cents, 1327 is where we got it. A 124 drop now on the Dow Jones. That's the low of the day, roughly. And AI down 55, Unity down 34. GameStop down to 21.15 off 46 cents. Oil still 79.48 in West Texas. Okay, everybody, welcome. Chris Savage, what the face is SoFi doing? Come on, man, it's $6. It's your home. Go to your home. Are you too good for your home? $5.94 on SoFi. Come on, SoFi. I don't know. We'll see what's going on here. What else is going on here? Manager says somebody's talking. Unless we are done with it, people have good paying jobs, which will give them more money than inflation, or inflation comes down. This economy is not going anywhere, in my opinion. Deuce Caboose, Uncle Bruce, why do you think out of all the SPACs, only SoFi has any meaningful insider buys? Aspire, ATIP, ME, all these dirt cheap, no one buys. Yeah. No, I have no idea. As Credit Savage, Uncle Bruce, I hope we stop talking about ATIP and maybe two other stocks, since they are penny stocks. I know there are babies, but most people are out of these. Maybe we can talk less about them and more AI and Unity, maybe. Nick of the Credit Savage, just tap it in. Just tap it in. I don't know. Not sure what this means. We're down 130 on the Dow now. GameStop 21.22, a little recovery here. SoFi 594 down a nickel. Tesla 179.28 down 503. AI down 48. Unity down 30. There you go. That's what we got. We have option writers. We have investors who've invested in some SPACs the last couple of years. We're waiting out to see what these SPACs are going to do. Well, I'm personally waiting for several of the SPAC companies to announce profitability. That is what I am waiting for, where they've turned the corner, grown their business, and are now beginning to make a profit. I'm waiting for that day. SoFi, I think, will be the first one to announce it. I think they're extremely close. They may already be in that position. We just haven't heard the word yet. We'll find out in the next 10 days. We'll know, or less, 10, 12 days, we'll know. See what gives. This definitely isn't cinema with Uncle Bruce. That's for sure. It's not cinema with Uncle Bruce. I do what I can. All right. 21.19 on the old GameStop. 21.18. How low will GameStop go today? That is their question. Looks like 21.03 is the lowest I saw. Yeah, 21.03 is the low of the day. 21.18 is where we are now. And the SoFi 592 down 6 cents. Tesla down 517 at 179.14. The low of the day for Tesla, 177.65. Earnings come out after the bell today. Okay, Apple down 35 cents. HPQ down 91 at 30.31. And Google down $1 at 104.04. As we watch this market open and see what it wants to give us or not. Let's see. We'll go from there. Time will tell. Welcome all of you to the party. Welcome to the show. Thank you to all of you out there who have been picking up classes the last week or so. Class number 15 is now available to be picked up on the website. Class number 15 is done. Has been edited, and Emily done a great job there. And again, those of you who are looking to perhaps become a full-time option writer, or to have options become a very large source of your income going forward, you are advised definitely to check the classes out. You really have to arm yourself with knowledge as to what is going on, how options work, why they go up, why they go down, how they're created, how they're uncreated, how to write options properly, how to figure out what values to write them for, when to buy them back, how do poor man covered calls work, what's a stink offer? What's a stink bid? How does that work? The 90-10 rule, you need to work on that. You have a ton to learn. The good news is you don't learn it all in one class. Maybe that's bad news for you folks who only have an 8-second attention span, but you can't learn it in one class. You have to pick it up over time. You have to give yourself the opportunity to absorb a lot of new information for a lot of you who've never heard of stock options before, or everything you've heard about stock options has been really negative. You've got to give yourself a chance to understand what options really are. There is a reason they exist, okay? They are not created so that you lose money. That's not why options were created. They were actually created as an insurance policy for shareholders of stock, especially pension funds, mutual funds, hedge funds, and other institutional investors. Large institutional investors with billions of dollars in stock in their portfolios have teams of people in-house writing options against their positions to protect the value of their positions. This is a big business. This is a monstrous business. And it is a very, very liquid business. And for you, as viewers of this channel, you guys have an opportunity to do what institutional traders do and have been doing for decades. You can write options against your portfolio to protect its value, to enhance revenue to you, to add revenue to your life. Some of you are trying to live off of dividends and interest income. You can add income to your portfolio by writing options very, very conservatively against your shares. And it can make a massive difference in the yield you get from your investments. Those of you in particular who are already retired, those of you who are self-managing your own funds, those of you who are thinking of retiring this year, next year, in 5 years, that you're that close, you might be the perfect person in this time of your life to become an option writer for your own benefit, massive benefit. But you have to make an investment into how it's done. If you're going to try to bring out thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars from your investments by writing options, you have got to invest some time and money into it to understand how to do it. You do not need to come up with $100,000 or $10,000 to learn how to write options. You do not need to do anything like that. You can hang out here for nothing and just watch and listen and read these comments by existing option writers over here, or I would recommend you grab some of these classes that I'm offering, start watching them, rewatch them, rewatch them, learn the options business at your pace when you're ready, bit by bit by bit by bit. And you'll find that as each lesson is done, you'll go, oh, I get that. I see that. I understand that. Yeah, that's not that complicated. Oh, I didn't know options worked like that. Oh, I was wrong on what I thought options were. I thought they were a guaranteed way to lose all your money. Oh, no. Now I see why there are option buyers and option sellers and how the thing, oh, I get it now. That's why these mutual funds do that. That's why pension funds do that all the time. Why is it that no congressman ever goes in front of a camera and says, I think we should outlaw options? There's no congressman outlawing options, no senator committee meetings going on about the validity of options trading. This is a part of the business. This is part of the equities business, a big part. But it's done, generally speaking, by very large institutional investors on the writing end, and on the buying of call options, it's done by institutional and retail investors. And it's the retail investors who are coming into the shark pit not knowing what they're doing. And they're the ones who are risking money to buy options, when what they should really be doing, if they could afford to, is to be over here with Uncle Bruce and his viewers and be option writers, just like the institutions are option writers. Join the California Teachers Fund. Join the U.S. Postal Service Retirement Plan. Join the government of the United States Federal Employees Pension Plan. Join Bell Canada's pensioners. Join Ontario Teachers Pension Plan. Join Germany's top pension funds, England's top pension fund, the world's top pension fund. Join those guys over here and learn how to write options and sell them over here to the retail people who buy these options and are the ones who are gambling on what the shares will or will not do. You over here are the casino, and you're offering a slot machine that these folks can play with. But the thing is, with a slot machine, you got to put the money in first before you can play it. And that's where you come in. You collect money up front to be an option writer. You are selling first. The first move you make is to sell an option. The second move you make is to buy it back at much less money. You notice how slot machines take your money when you put it in, you play a while, and then you hit the cash out button, and all you get is a chit of paper with a dollar amount on it, usually a lot lower than what you put into the machine, because it is a slot machine. That's how it works for option writers. They sell options and get money up front in their accounts the same day they write them. And then later, day or two, week or two, month or two, they buy them back for a lot less money than they sold them for. And what is the difference? The amount of money that's left over stays in your slot machine. It stays in your account. It's yours. Do whatever you want with this money. Reinvest it in the market, withdraw it from your account, and make a payment to the gas company, or make a payment to your Visa card outstanding bill. Give it to your kids. Go shopping with it. Whatever you want. It's your money. Up to you. If it's in a regular account that is not sheltered in an IRA, you get your hands on that dough and enjoy it. If it's inside an IRA, you are building the value of your IRA faster than just holding stock. Simple as that. It's not complicated, okay? It really isn't. But you have to want to understand the nuances of how these options work. Today, the Dow is off 139. Option writers are giddy right now. The viewers of this channel are going, this is great. This is fantastic. I sold these contracts on Tesla. I sold contracts on GameStop. I sold contracts on Apple. I did writing of contracts on all kinds of stuff. And it's all lower today. These issues are dropping in value today, which means that the call options that I sold way up here are now trading down here. And the lower the market goes, the lower these contract values go, which means there's more money staying in my account of the cash that's in there. I can buy these calls back for less money. I don't mind if a stock goes down. I don't mind if a stock goes up. Stocks fluctuate all the time. Shares go up, I sell calls. Shares go down, I buy calls. Shares go up, I sell calls. Shares go down, I buy calls. I'm easy going with this market. You just tell me where you want to go, and I'll be there on either side of the market. I either get richer with the shares going up in value, or I get richer with the shares going down in value because the options go down in value. I win always because the clock is my secret weapon. Options have a limited time frame of existence. That's the bottom line. They all expire at the end of their contract period. Some end up with some value, some end up with no value. And the question now is, which ones did you write? And what was the value when you sold them? And what is the value now later down the road? You can buy them back with weeks to go before they die. You can buy them back the same day you sell them if you want. Or you can not buy them back ever and just let them expire worthless if that's what they're going to do. And you don't ever buy them back. You keep all the money you got from writing contracts. It's totally up to you. Check the classes out if you can. Start with class number 1. I'm telling you, start with the number 1 class. Go to number 2. Go to number 3. Try to watch a class or 2 a week. Pretend you're going to college and you're going to see the professor for class number 1, class number 2. If you're going to see all 15 classes and you do 1 a week, it'll take you 15 weeks. Kind of simple. It's not that complicated. If you can watch 2 classes a week, you'll do it in 7.5 weeks. If you can watch 3 classes in a week, maybe 2 on weekends and 1 during the week, something like that, 5 weeks, you'll have done all 15 classes. It's up to you. Binge watch them slowly, rewatch them whenever you want. Join the group that are here already. All these folks with their names highlighted in green ink with the little avatar beside them, they are members of this channel. The likelihood is all of them write options. All of them. They're option writers. They all started like you. Had no idea what they were doing. They weren't sure of this. They were wondering if this is going to work or not. And all of a sudden, they're writing options. And they're taking the classes and writing options and taking classes and writing options. And now they won't leave. They hang out with their professor who creates these classes, which these folks attended. They're still here. They're not leaving the class because they're making money writing options. No matter what direction the market goes, it doesn't matter. It's kind of fun. Thank you, everybody. Wing Commander is in the house, number 133. You can start now. Got my coffee trouble mug and water bottle today. Giddy up. Right on. Got your stuff with Uncle Bruce on it, with the Stock Markets with Bruce logos. Fantastic. Oh, fantastic. Thank you, everybody. Lorraine, I'm number 133. Thank you. Marcus is number 135. Thank you, Marcus. What else is going on? SoFi going to have to rip soon, I think. Hope. Who knows? Dang it. Thank you, JR, for yesterday. Mr. Premium, the option. GameStop stinker just hit. Sold for $2.25, and I bought back for 36 cents. That's how this is done. We have people here who write calls at $2.25 and buy them back at 36 cents. How much money is that? If you don't know, one contract for $2.25 means that Mr. Premium sold that call for $225. Today, bought it back for $36. What happens to the rest of the money? It's in Mr. Premium's stock account. It stays there. It's now, he can do whatever he wants. Now, if Mr. Premium wrote 10 of those, then Mr. Premium brought in $2,250 and just spent $360 to get rid of them, to buy them back and finish that deal. He can now write new options, whichever ones he wants. He can write GameStop options for next month, 3 months from now, whatever strike price he wants to pick. He chooses which options he writes now. Again, does he want to bring in another $225 a contract? 225 contracts times $225 times 10 contracts, $2,250. Might do that in the next 15 minutes. Anytime Mr. Premium wants, he will write another batch of contracts. If this is 100 contracts, then $22,500 was brought in, $3,600 was spent to get back out, and the difference of about 19 grand stays in Mr. Premium's account. Not a bad gig, if you ask me. I like this deal. Pretty cool stuff. What else is going on here? A lot of people talk to each other about this ATIP stuff. Credit Savage agreed. We are option writers. Let's talk strategy and good strike dates and contracts. Let's see. Credit Savage. Now that Uncle Bruce is only on once a day, there's a condensation of time. And talking about penny stocks, we don't write cover calls on this. Almost a waste of time. Marcus, each stock has its place in each person's portfolio. I don't own Unity, and I like hearing about what it is doing. Maybe one day I'll get into it. Same for AI. Splair, I remember Prague. We went into the casino. 3 people, only 1 came out with a gain. So he's right. Mostly it's lower after cashing out as a gambler. Marcus, I am an option writer and an investor into these former SPACs. I don't mind hearing about both. The other stocks which I don't own, I am open-minded. There you go. What else is going on? Let's go. Let's go. A lot of folks have a lot of opinion on everything. It's all good. It's all fine. It's all good. 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 I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. And there you go. Just it's all good. We're down 129 on the Dow. We're down 59 on AI. We're down 49 on Unity. Cyxtera is up a half a penny. GameStop down 31 cents. SoFi down 7. Now make it 9. Tesla down 483 at the moment. ATIP half a penny higher. Apple is down a quarter. HBQ down 67 cents. FRC down 40 is up 42 now. Google down 92. Moderna down 68. So we have mainly red here. Cisco down 140. Pfizer down 9. IBM down 165. It looks like that's improving a bit. Microsoft down 286 at 285.50 at the moment. The Dow, as I said, is off 128. We have other markets now. Down 18.8 on S&P, down 80 on the NASDAQ. Oil down 171 a barrel to $79.15. So oil is definitely under pressure in Texas. It's coming off. Okay. Interesting stuff. There you go. Here, Marcus, use this time to ask questions rather than discussion whether or not we now should spend time talking about certain stocks. There you go. Ask me a question about options. I'm happy to answer. Hawkeye number 142, Bruce, on your thumbs up meter. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. A manager, I just bought some more SoFi. Now I have 330,000 shares waiting for Netflix to come into my rate so I can cover and get more SoFi. Hector, neat. Congratulations, everybody. Well done out there. Following a lot of different stories at the same time here. Lots going on in this market. 21.27 now on GameStop. The low of the day, 21.03. The question will be, do we hit lower lows on GameStop today or not? We seem to be trending lower the last few days. Does this continue? Because if it does, we go from the low 23s into the 20 range. All of a sudden, a ton of GameStop contracts come down in value. And that means buybacks, where folks are going to buy back calls they sold for huge amounts of money, for pennies on the dollar. This is another cashing out on GameStop yet again. This is the stock that has kept on giving wonderful returns to option writers time and time again. All right. There it is. That is the story, and we're following it. AI down to 2209, Unity 2895. Definitely had some slippage in those two stocks, definitely on Unity. Cyxtera sitting at 29.9, up 0.7 of a penny. GameStop 2134, SoFi 589, and Tesla 179.82. That's where we're at. Now, we are expecting some earnings results for a couple of our favorites. Spire is coming out with their numbers May the 10th. That's about 3 weeks from now. SoFi, May 1. That is 12 days from now. And Matterport, May 9. So in the next 2-3 weeks, here we go with results from some of our stocks we're following. We'll see where they end up and what they have to say for themselves. Let's go. Anyway, there you go. What else is going on? We're following a lot of activity in the markets. As usual, interest rates are a little bit higher today on concern of higher rates. Mortgage rates have gone up in the last week, knocking off a bunch of mortgage business. That is typical. It's been happening time and time again there. Let's take a look at headlines right now on Market Watch. The headlines are U.S. debt ceiling deadline may be nearing faster than expected, warns Goldman Sachs. That's latest there. We want to pay more taxes. Ultra wealthy Americans tell Congress on tax day. Okay. What else? U.S. The Fox settles Dominion defamation suit over false stolen election claims. The payout, $787 million. How much money do these people have to be able to afford that kind of a settlement? It is stunning to me how much that is. That is incredible. Headlines on Netflix. The original Netflix dies. A new era of ads and password crackdowns is born. They are no longer doing DVD by mail business. What else? Tesla made another round of price cuts on vehicles. Watching that. Headline: Bed Bath & Beyond stock rallies towards the longest win streak in 3 months as meme-like bounce continues. Okay, but the stock is really only at 40-something cents a share. What's to get all excited about here? It's not like it's $10 a share or anything like that. Kind of make you wonder just, how goofy this world is that they get excited about stock that goes up about a dime. It's 46 cents a share right now, up 11 cents. I will admit the volume, 164.9 million shares traded today on the stock at 46 cents a share now. There could be a major short squeeze game going on that might be happening in front of our eyes. I don't know if that's true, though. I just don't know. What can I say? We got a lot going on here today. Headline: one of the faces of the FIRE movement had to gasp, "Go back to work." What does this mean if you want to retire early on? Sam Dogan, known as the financial Sumari, is heading back to work. Sam Dogan, a personal finance author and financial blogger known as the Financial Sumari, has been a pioneer of the financial independence retire early movement since retiring from his Credit Suisse career at age 34. After banking a reported $3 million over a decade ago, he now writes that he plans to return to work, partly so that he can come up with the kids' college tuition in his next 12 to 15 years. Daddy had to go back to work because of the 2022 bear market. A 20% decline in the S&P 500 hit our net worth by 7% in 2022. Both my kids' 529 plans also got hit almost equally as bad because bonds performed terribly in 2022 as well, he wrote in his blog. Interesting. Maybe he should learn how to write options. If this guy learned how to write stock options and would hang out with Uncle Bruce, maybe he'd figure out that the best way to avoid this kind of a scenario and take control of his existence and take control of his life is to step in there and self-manage your own portfolio. What are you doing looking for a financial analyst if you know the markets? I don't understand why you need financial help. Perhaps you should learn how to write options conservatively, and you can avoid losing 7% in the market and haul in additional cash and grow your portfolio. Viewers here are doing. I don't know. Is it rocket science, really? Is it that complicated? I don't think it's that complicated. I don't know. Credit Savage, hey, Uncle Bruce, I sold some GameStop $20 covered calls for August during the run up to $27, and I asked for $7.75 for them, and then I got it. These are a bit above $3 today. Should I just buy back, or should I wait for a bit more? What do you think I should do? You've hauled in $7.75. They're now sitting just over $3 a share. The stock is $21.48 right now. Let's round it out to $21.50. And that means that these call options are worth $1.50 in actual book value, and they have $1.50 in time premium. So you've scored a pretty nice little gain here, mostly on reduction of the stock price. But time has gone by too. In theory, you can do absolutely nothing. You could absolutely do nothing whatsoever. On the other hand, you could shop and look for September or October calls. Perhaps you can write 21s or 22s for the $3-something mark or more and move up a couple of bucks in strike and offer a bit of time for it. But on the other hand, sitting back, if the shares want to back off to 20.50, a buck from here, those calls will be 2-something, and that might be the price of the buyback. Dude says, I've been buying back these SoFi January 2024 750s. I've been buying them at 75, 85, 90 range. is this a good move, or should I just close these out? The 750s are out of the money now by $1.50, $1.60 or so. You're trying to get them at 80, 85 cents. I don't know if you've written them. If you've written them at a higher price and you're buying them back, then you're scoring. If you're thinking of writing them out and out, becoming a writer of these, then you are offering your stock at 750 plus 80 plus cents. So you're offering your stock at 830 a share. I believe personally the shares can take off at any time to stratospheric levels. So I'm not a fan of writing. And if I were short these, I'd be looking to score them back. That's my opinion. Marcus, Tesla, and IBM earnings are coming out today. Brian, number 145 on the thumbs up meter. Cindy, sorry, I just got here. Is Tesla having earnings today? Yes, they are. They lowered car prices last night. Stock's down. Tesla down $3.95 right now. Marcus, just saw your post. Question answered right there. Cindy, I bet you your options are dropping again. Way to go. Earnings coming out tonight, and the stock is already down as it is, and it's been down this week. So, Cindy, you're doing well, and you're probably sitting on calls now that are a fraction of what they were when you wrote them. The question is, when do you buy them back? It's totally up to you. I know they expire. The last batch you wrote, I think, were for Friday expiry. Congratulations on your success, and anyone else writing options for this Friday's expiry. You're probably all doing rather nicely right now. Fantastico. I think that the 190 contracts are 289 to 291, 195s are 183 to 186. Pretty darn good stuff. Some of you out there, you might decide to buy back your calls and write 185s. You could write 185s for this Friday right now and get about 440, 445, but you could also take a look at the possibility of writing 185s for next Friday and bringing in 610, 620 right now. And if the shares are going to stay in this 175, 85 range, these contracts will die worthless next week. It's just a question of how they react after the bell. What don't I expect? I don't expect Tesla tonight to tell the world we made more money than in the history of our corporation. I don't expect that tonight. I'm expecting the company to say, with all the price cuts we've done, we've made less money. And I expect analysts in the next 2 and 3 and 4 days to come out with buy recommendations on Tesla, or hold recommendations, or lowered forecasted prices for Tesla stock because of lowered expected earnings going forward with the latest round of price cuts. Remember, they're cutting prices in America and China and elsewhere. So it's not just a one market only thing. Okay. Manager, I should have shorted 1,000 Amazon and 1,000 Fox for scalping to make a quick buck for my coffee and a bagel. Christina, Uncle Bruce, the 160 December Tesla call I wrote for 45.24 is finally green by 50 bucks. How about that? A December 160 is finally working out. Let's take a look. My quote machine here, 44.25 to 44.65. It's finally back to the green level. Well, how about them apples? Interesting stuff. I note that the 165s are $41.45 bid. The 170s are $38.80. The 175s, $36.30. The 180s are $33.85. So they're all backing off for sure. I'm
back.
Way to go, Christina. And
I'm not backing off.
And she's not back.
But I'm back.
She's back. Auntie Jen is in the house.
A little later than normal. That kind of time got away from me.
Auntie Jen is all pumped up today because today is a big day. Somebody lands at the airport later today. We are going to be we're going to be at the airport around the normal time that we would have our Gold Bagel member live with Uncle Bruce primetime show. Today's primetime show will be at 6 o'clock Eastern time, not 8 o'clock Eastern time, so that we will end that show early enough for Jen and I to get to the airport to pick up a certain smaller version of Auntie Jen.
golden child.
The golden child. There you go. So. Touch grass. Up we go. Alex, GameStop doing its thing right now. 21.56 down to nickel. Splair. Of course, something is taking GameStop back to almost 22, says Splair. Of course. Marcus, a manager Fox is not that volatile. What was your entry point? By the way, I got a small $250 on Netflix short. This is on you, manager. Glenn Anderson, good morning. Jen Splair, good morning, Auntie Jen. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning,
There you have it, kids. We're following the markets and seeing what's going on. Again, Tesla down 350 today with earnings coming out tonight. They lowered car prices last night again, and down go the shares.
That interesting.
Yes.
Got a little inventory.
Well, they're tax cuts. Their tax tax refund was cut in half on the Model 3.
Mm.
Yeah. So it lowered the price of the Model 3 and the Model Y to retain and make it really painful for anyone else to get into the business.
Exactly.
Tesla has done the right thing.
Yeah.
They've done the absolute right thing. They are protecting their market. And you want to get into our business that you told us we were crazy to get into when we created the electric car?
Yeah.
Well, guess what, buddy? You want to come in here, Ford, GM, and anyone else? You're going to have to compete with our prices. We're 12 years into this business.
You put your foot on their throat and you don't take it off.
That's right. We're 12 years into this electric car business. Yeah. And you want to get into
the party,
your first 5 years, you are going to bleed billions and billions and billions of dollars out the front door. How loyal are your shareholders and your backers? Like our backers were when everyone was told, don't buy Tesla stock. They're idiots. They're going to go under.
You're only going to be able to drive 50 miles.
The Tesla people stuck with it and have been well rewarded overall with a number of stock splits so far. For GM, I'm not so sure it's going to be, it might be 5 years before they see a dime in profits.
Yeah.
Most interesting.
They will. Everybody's going to have to go EV sooner or later, depending on where you are. But.
Options nomads, the question will be, does the market even care if Tesla's earnings are down? It won't surprise me if Tesla misses earnings and the stock goes up $20 anyway. I won't surprise me.
AKA Amazon.
AKA Amazon. You completely reflected my thought with your pronunciation of the GameStop comment. Manager Marcus, I closed my short on Amazon for a profit of $192, enough for a nice coffee and bagel. Shorted Fox at 33.06 times 1,000 shares. Way to go, manager, making money.
Big cup of coffee.
That's a pretty good cup of coffee. $190 cup of coffee. Oh, that's pretty good.
That's a never-ending cup of coffee.
I'm going to get this guy to carry it. I'm going to get this guy to carry it for me. I can't carry my own cup of coffee.
That's why it's expensive.
Give me a straw.
You have labor involved.
I got labor involved handling the damn cup of coffee. That's why it cost me so much to buy the cup of coffee. It's the delivery charge that's costing me a fortune for this cup of coffee.
Did you tell them how nice it was? We got to meet one of them yesterday.
Yes, JR. We met, Jen and I met JR yesterday, and I haven't shown this to Jen yet, but he sent a thank you message, which was nice really great. This is JR and I.
I don't know if he wants that.
JR, you're famous now. You can't help yourself. You're famous.
You got to ask people before you.
No, JR's famous. That's all there is to it. JR's picture's on his avatar.
Oh, okay. But avatars are tiny. You can't see it.
Yeah, they're tiny. Yeah. That's what happened yesterday. I was talking to JR about great things, and then Jen stepped in and just dominated the conversation. JR couldn't wait to get the hell out of there. You didn't say anything about her coming along. I was just wanting to meet you. She's all giddy. Jen Jr. is coming. She's all giddy now. It's all giddy.
Well, no, we got to meet him, and we saw a new restaurant.
Yeah,
we really cool.
It was really good. What was the name of that place? I can't even remember the name of the place.
Habit Burger and Grill.
Habit Burger and Grill. It's the first time we've ever been to a Habit Burger and Grill. It was great. It was very good. I enjoyed it.
It was good.
Yeah. It was
I had a patty melt.
She had a patty melt.
It was very good.
I had a double burger.
It was huge though. They gotta let me have like half. Can I have half?
I gotta have half a patty melt. D.A. Judah just bought my SoFi October 8th for 44 cents. Sold them for 88 cents. Let's go SoFi on the earnings run up. There you go. Cindy, I was actually thinking about selling back my 190s. They still want 327. It's another 650 I can still get by waiting 2 days. Also thought about rolling down to 185. Decisions. Sorry, I'm sounding confusing. Yes, you could buy back your 190s and write 185s for Friday. Take more money off the table. They're out of the money too. You could certainly consider that. You could consider writing 185s for next Friday and taking the gain. Thank you very much. Totally up to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Cindy, you're in the control position now. You got the dough. How much are you going to give back? You could wait till later today to decide. Yeah, stock was to 177 later today. You might do it this afternoon. Totally in your wheelhouse.
Eyes on the chain.
Keeping the eyes on the prize and the option chain. Exactly. We love it. I love this. I know there are people here who have written Tesla contracts for weeks and weeks, months and months, who are finally noticing, oh my. What I receive for these contracts and what they're trading for is a whole different number. This is all good stuff because this stock dropped from 207 to 180 in 2 weeks. $27 a share drop will bring contracts down in price, that's for sure. And the clock.
The relentless tick-tock of the clock.
Marcus, I wrote Tesla 180 call and 180 put expiring this Friday. I just hope Tesla will stay around 180. Or at least not drop too much. Premiums were just too good on the 180 put. In retrospect, they were for a reason. Okay, interesting. Well, there you go. Some folks are a little more aggressive than others.
I know.
What can I say? It pays to take the classes. It just pays to take the classes. Learn how this is done. Get
an education.
Get more educated out there, people. Become more educated on how this is educated.
Well, I'm going to go. I got stuff to do. I got laundry going and things.
What, someone's coming?
I know. I don't know.
What?
Postman.
The house sure looks awful clean all of a sudden.
Postman always rings twice.
The postman always rings twice. All right.
Bye.
Thank you, Auntie Jen. We'll see you later.
Bye.
There you go. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We have 151 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. We have 10 minutes to go before the show is done. We need 49 more to get to 200. Help us out. Thank you for these 151 thumbs ups that have already come in the house. We do appreciate it. Any of you out there interested in the 5-for-4 lesson deal, those classes, take advantage of that. By all means, make your move. Make a donation to the PayPal account that's linked down below here. And send me an email. Tell me the 5 classes you would like to have. And we will fire those over to you, including, if you like, number 15 that we just did last Saturday. We talked about a lot of advanced poor man covered call trading strategies there. And you're more than welcome to check that out if you like. Thank you all for hanging out with us today and being part of the channel. Congratulations, option writers on Tesla, option writers on GameStop, option writers on SoFi, although I don't recommend it. All the option writers out there who have seen shares backing off in price and are taking advantage of dips, way to go, you guys. Well done. Cisco writers, Microsoft writers, Pfizer option writers, HPQ option writers, those of you writing options on Google, those of you writing on Unity, on AI, well done, everybody. Hauling in some nice profits on some pretty decent trades. Well done. Very good. Let's see here. Manager, I'm shorting Fox as it goes up 10 cents because I need to buy more coffee. Karen, I closed out my SoFi options yesterday with a little pain. We'll wait for Uncle Bruce to let us know when we can write SoFi again. Splair, just in case, I wish everyone here already a successful and relaxed day. Keep in mind, prime time is 2 hours earlier, 3 o'clock Western time, Pacific time, 6 o'clock Eastern time today. Prime time with Uncle Bruce, 6 o'clock Eastern today only. For those of you in Europe, we are on earlier than usual. That'll make it easier for you. Make sure you tell your friends. And I look forward to seeing all Gold Bagel members that can attend tonight's show at 6 o'clock. I welcome you. We'll go over what happened at Tesla and the after hours. We'll go over what happened with all the market in the after hours. And if you have any questions about your option strategies and your trades, perfect time to hit me up with that, because the markets are not open and won't get in the way of our day. Thank you all. I look forward to seeing you tonight. 154 thumbs ups are now in the house. Thank you, everybody. 46 left to go. Fantastic. This is great. Appreciate these thumbs ups. I'm closing those SoFi options, but I do not like that move. DH Ruda says, dude, there you go. I do not like that move. All right. What can you say? There you go, everybody. SoFi hopefully will bring out their results when they do in a beautiful way. The shares will take off. That would be super. Let's get them to $8 to $10 each, and we can start looking at writing $10, $11, $12 contracts or more, and start hauling in some serious money for your dough, for your shares of SoFi. Who knows? The shares might go to $9 or $10, and you'll be writing $12 to $15 contracts. We don't know. We're ready. We're ready. There are going to be a pile of contracts written on SoFi from this channel. If those shares want to take a little shot, that would be fine with me. Beautiful stuff. Thank you all so much for being part of the show today. Neat, says John Anderson. There you go. Manager wants to know, does anybody want me to short anything? Anyone? 179.99 on the Tesla. The low today, 177.65. GameStop is 21.37. It's backed off again. It got all the way up to 21.87 and lost 50 cents fast. It's low of the day, 21.03. 737,000 traded. There is no volume here on GameStop. The stock tried to get to 23 and lost it, and is now plummeting. Back down it goes. We've got Unity down 47, AI down 85 cents. Cyxtera now up 3 cents to 32.2 on the morning session on 293,000 shares. Got SoFi at 591 down 7. Tesla down 426. We've got ATIP up a half a penny. Apple down 21 cents. HPQ down 53. First Republic is up 19 now. Google down 92. Moderna down 98. Cisco down $1.60 today. Pfizer down 9. IBM off $2.05. Microsoft is down $2.91. ME down 2.5 cents. Matterport down 4. Rocket Lab down 8.5. SmartRent down a penny. Spire down 1.8 cents at 70.6 cents a share. Bed Bath Beyond 11.4 cents higher at 45.7 cents. Bed Bath Beyond is now traded 100. No, last I saw was 165 million. Bed Bath Beyond is now traded 233 million shares. 233 million shares traded on Bed Bath and Beyond. That is a ton of stock changing hands over there. Just unbelievable. Just want to check something if I can. Hang on a second. Bed Bath and Beyond, the total number of shares in existence is 428 million, and 233 million have traded today. So half the company's stock, more than half, have changed hands already. And you know what's going on. There is a massive short squeeze going on, an attempted short squeeze. The shorters are putting money up to stay short. Squeezers are trying to buy up the stock and run these guys out of town. And we're up 11.5 cents on 233 million. Normally, 233 million shares of trading on a company where there's only 400 odd million outstanding would run the market by $1 a share. I mean, it would just run it, but only 11 cents higher on 233 million volume. That is $80-90 million in stock. That's all it is, because we're dealing with 40-cent paper. We're not dealing with $40 paper. So it's not billions of dollars of money, but it is millions. No question about it. There is a war going on. We haven't seen the same thing happen at all on Cyxtera, and we have not seen the same thing happen on ATIP. ATIP is traded today 22,000 shares, low of 26.6, high of 27.7. So no volume there. And on Cyxtera, the volume now at 31.8 cents. We're up 2.6 cents, 300,000 shares. So light volume on Cyxtera, much more than on ATIP. 2.6 cents higher at 31.8 now. Low of the day, 28.2 on Cyxtera. So it's getting a bit of a boost here, but it needs a whole lot more than that to get anywhere. So there's where we're at here. Down 108 on the Dow, 12 points on S&P, NASDAQ down 66. Oil at 79.23 a barrel in Texas, down 161. 79.23 on oil. There is the story. All right. What else is going on here? Uncle Bruce, Beach Boy. Hi there. I bought back 20 Tesla January 2025 210s for $44.26. I sold them for $50.46. Now I'm waiting for a little pop. I'm back, baby. Welcome, Beach Boy, to the show, the channel, the greatness, the fun times. It's nice to have you here. I hope you're doing well with your family. Nice to see you today. And good way to go, picking them up for a little less than you sold them for. Well done. And let's see how they do. If the shares want to do a pop, you'll be more than happy to write new calls. The question is, what strike price and what expiry? And that's totally up to you when you're ready. We'll see how it goes. Right now, 180.38 on Tesla, down 393. Earnings come out tonight. You may want to wait until tomorrow to decide what your next move will be, if you'd like. 109 drop on the Dow, 79-cent drop on AI, Unity down 38. We got GameStop down 18 cents, SoFi down a nickel at the moment. Welcome to the party, pals. It's great to have you here. Thank you, everybody, for thumbs ups today. 158 have come through. I do thank you all very much. I can only say to all of that, perhaps a little bit of the neat emojis to let the Knights of Knee know it is time for the market to react so that our viewers get richer and richer and richer. Neat, I say. And I welcome all of you to join the knee attack on the channel. We'll see how this works out. Thank you all so much. Beach Boy, yay, patience is hard. Yeah, it is. Yeah, patience is hard. Hector, neat. Here come the knee emojis for sure. We're coming in there. Well, let's see how this market works out as we go forward. Thank you all so much for being part of the show. It's great to have you here. Great to have you all joining in with the party, everybody. Fantastic. Where am I? There I am. Fantastic. Marcus is here. Neat. Option nomads. Neat. Splair. Neat. Karen is here. Neat. You can't stop the knee emoji. You can't stop. They're back. They're all here. They're all watching. Giddy up. Fantastic, everybody. Thank you all. Thank you, Marcus. Option nomads. Splair. Karen, thank you. Neat. Splair. Neat. Larry Titus. Neat. The knees are flying everywhere around the world. And people are wondering, what's that noise? Why are people yelling this outside their doors? It makes no sense. I don't know what's going on here. Yes, indeed. The knee emoji attack is underway. Neat from Beach Boy. And thumbs. Thank you, sir. Giddy up, everybody. Welcome to the party, pal. It's great to have you all here. And let's see how this market reacts as we continue forward. Make sure to keep your eye on your options chains and see where these stocks want to go. and take advantage of the rollover opportunities. If they're handed to you on a silver platter, why not take them? 21.43 on GameStop, down 18, down a nickel on SoFi, Tesla down 4.14. We have Apple up 27 cents, HBQ down 48. So there you go, kids. That's what we've got. Damn, this Western Alliance is back up 16%, says Splair. There you go. Alex, knee emojis, knee. Rock and roll manager saying that if Fox goes below 31, I'm making at least $1,000 since I shorted this stuff. You got to find me a shorters group, says manager. There you go. It's a select group, I'll tell you that. 159 people watching. Thank you all for sticking out this show with us today. 158 thumbs ups today. Thank you for that, everybody. It is much appreciated. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. We'll see you guys today at 6 o'clock Eastern. Don't forget, prime time with Uncle Bruce, 6 o'clock Eastern time tonight, not 8 o'clock. We're on 2 hours earlier. Beach Boy, that might work for you. You might be joining us live today rather than being asleep. But whatever works, if you guys can make it, I look forward to seeing you. Thank you all so much for your support of this channel, all of you members, sponsors, and also subscribers. Thank you all very much for picking up the classes as well. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your day. Join me tonight, 6 o'clock Eastern time, prime time live with Uncle B. Thank you for the 159 thumbs ups, and we'll see you guys a little later. Have a good one, everybody, says Splair. All right, guys. What? Love the earlier Wednesday night, says DH. Larry Titus, 6 p.m. Roger, I'll be there. Later, y'all, from JR. DH. Neat. Yes, Beach Boy. 6 o'clock Eastern, not 8 o'clock Eastern. Be there or be square. And we'll catch all of you guys later. Thank you, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye for now.